Hi, my name is Shaya from the Film and Media Club at LAM College, and I'm here with
Steph,
Okay, so now I'm here with.
Kristen.
Hi everyone, I'm Kira,
And I'm Mama Kay.
and we are going to be continuing the interview on Parasite.
And today we're going to be reviewing the movie Parasite.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, cut this part. All right. What's how would you describe the film?
Well, I would start describing the film as bizarre, something unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very creative movie, starting from the country where it's made, using all these actors from Korea and everything. So I think that's a very good impression that the movie's gonna be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So you already go and see the movie with a different mindset. But also, I will call it very, very unexpected the first time
Oh,
you see
definitely.
it, and so surprising
Yeah.
that I don't think we're very used to seeing that in this part of the world.
Mhm.
So it definitely caused an impression, and I also think that back in the day, it also impacted.
Yeah, it was very jaw dropping. Like there were a lot of times where I was literally just like, "Oh my god,
Like, how is
what
this
going on?"
possible?
Yeah. What do you think the message of the story was?
I mean, the film is called Parasite. It shows how, the rich can be dependent of the poor, while the poor also need the rich. It's basically somewhat of a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I just guess it shows that in society it's all a cycle, and especially at the end how it showed the son in his dream of buying the house to save his father.
Mm-hmm.
These dreams that he wasn't able to accomplish because, like, once he was in that poverty, it's all a cycle. You stay in that poverty.
And what did you like about the movie?
How money is viewed differently.
Yeah.
I think, like, obviously the rich family, like, they have money, so they're able to get, like, all tutors and, housemaid and drivers and all that. And I feel like when the poor family, like, came into contact with money, like when the brother first started working, they realized that they hit, like, a jackpot. And so I feel like throughout the film they kind of got greedy, and that's what ultimately led to, like, their downfall. And I think that's because they grew up poor, so they never had money before, and so being able to get all this money coming in at a very limited time was, like, I think it was a lot for them, and that's why it kind of crushed them in the end.
Yeah.
What did you like about the movie?
I mean, I like how they portrayed in a very organic slash realistic way how sometimes we ignore the reality of the world, because sometimes we don't picture or have a ideal of how poor people might live, or their circumstances, their situations, and how we just assume like, oh, they're broke, but
Mhm.
we don't really get to empathize that. And
Mhm.
I think the movie really portrays that, as well as kind of like the other side of having no worries. Yeah, just hire
Yeah.
some tutor, whatever.
Yeah. I think the movie did like a great job of kind of like showing the characteristics, I guess, of each class. Like, because you really got to see like what the poorer family went through, and then like how the rich family, how like the wife was really like gullible. I think that had a lot to do with like her having like money and not like really like caring about anything. So she just like hired these people that were like she didn't like even check to do any like background checks or anything on them. I think the way that I looked at it was parasite, as in parasites always spread.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like thought it was called parasite because the poor family took over the rich family in a sense. So I thought that like the poor family was supposed to represent like the parasite and them like taking over the rich family. That's how I thought about it.
I feel like it was both of them,
Yeah.
though, as the parasites. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I definitely
Because
get
the
that.
rich were still dependent on them, even though they
Exactly.
were taking over everything. They always needed that person to fulfill their needs.
Yeah. So what moment most shocked you from the film, or what scene?
I think it was when the house manager, like the housemaid, the first one before the mom came in, when we saw that her husband was in the basement. I think that was really shocking because, she was with the house before the rich family moved in. And I think it was just interesting seeing how, like, she was just like the poor family where she was dealing with struggles that were similar to them, to the family struggles.
I think one thing that really stood out to me was the dad with how he was with smells. Like he didn't like
Yeah.
when the guy smelt bad, and I think that was something that like he really couldn't help, especially after the flood in their house. Because like he couldn't take a shower or like do anything. So it was just like him smelling bad wasn't really his fault, but like the rich guy was like that would like really bothered him, but I feel like he just couldn't understand it. Would you recommend this film to someone?
100%. I have recommended it in the past and I will recommend it again, especially if you
Sure.
like international films.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. Bong Joon Ho, he makes a pretty good films. Mickey 17, have you seen that one that dropped this year?
No,
I
I
feel like that was
haven't
pretty good.
watched it.
It was pretty
Okay,
good. The
wait, I'm
acting
gonna
was
put that on my
amazing.
list.
Snowpiercer I seen. I think that was okay. It wasn't my favorite,
hmm
but his films are pretty good. Oh,
Okay.
Memories of Murder. That's a good
Oh, wait,
one.
okay, hold on. I need to write
That's
these
a good
down.
one.
Which moment of the movie shocked you the most?
I'll definitely gonna say kind of like the ending in
Yeah.
which they all went insane and so
yeah.
crazy. The guy just escaped. The other lady was dead in the basement.
hmm
Once the mom kicked her on the stairs, I was also like, what's
Yeah,
the
I
need for
was
you
like,
just to make them not notice that you guys are there?
hmm
Just kick this lady, kill her in front of her husband, and the husband go out,
that
kills
was crazy.
everybody,
That was
and
actually
then the
crazy.
daughter dies. And
Yeah.
but also I want to point out something really interesting, how the brother,
hmm
when he wakes up from the hospital, how he was just like laughing.
Yeah, I thought he was dead. I thought he died.
Yeah, and then they told him like, oh, your sister is dead, and he was
And
like
he just
just
started laughing.
giggling.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
started
I
laughing.
think that was very
That was an
interesting.
interesting, yeah, that was a very interesting point in the movie that I was also kind of confused by because I was like, why are you laughing?
It's kind of like the
like,
irony.
yeah,
It's like we're so
like there's really nothing funny about
everything's
this,
so
but
messed up, and
yeah.
what else are we gonna do? We're just gonna laugh.
hmm
What would you say to people who don't like violent movies?
If you don't like violent movies, I feel like you will be okay because I don't think it was that much of like when I think of this movie and I look back, I don't think it was that much of a violent movie. Except there were some scenes that were pretty violent. But like if you really don't like violent movies, I would just cover your eyes. But I think it's still like it's still worth to watch even if you don't like violent movies because I think there's a deeper message and I think there's more to it than the violence that there was because I don't think it was that much. So I think even if you don't like violent movies, this is still a great watch and you should give it a try.
Would you recommend this film?
I would recommend this film, yes, because it was really good. It was really, really interesting to see the class differences as we just like talked about and just like how the story progressed. I think it was so like shocking and jaw-dropping just like the way the turn of events because it was like it went from like 0 to 100 like really quick. So I think anyone who like enjoys suspenseful movies is gonna like this one. So yeah, I would 100% recommend this movie to anyone.
Well, thank you for answering my questions, and that concludes our interviews on Parasite. Stay tuned for the next video.
Bye. Oh, 1 minute. Oh, into a class.
I guess.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it? Yeah, whatever.
All right, should we just cut? Should we just cut it? And just be like, oh, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, wait, wait.
Of course. Thank you.
Bye.